Hey guys, check this out. SF Tech Giant has gotten into self-driving car industry. That's something cool, right?
Yeah,
So I think what industries are we into as a company? Can you shed some light on that?
yeah, definitely. I think we as a V3IT, I think supports a lot of industry like public sector, high tech, maybe district manufacturing,
Mhm.
higher educations, services, banking. There are a lot of you. It is name is endless. I think, but mostly I think we are in the mostly district manufacturing, public
Mhm.
sector thing. So I think most of the industry vertical I think we cover in that.
So again, like because we
Mhm.
are talking about the industry nowadays, the era is of industry 5.0.
Mhm.
Okay,
Right.
so what we do, though we are working for the vertical of industry verticals, we are
Mhm.
talking about, say, we support many industries, right? We support the as he said, like the manufacturing industry,
Mhm.
the utility, but what we do here, see, the business scenario remains quite a little bit of same. Say we talk about the procure to pay is almost same. Okay, the hire to retire, the process is same. Okay, so again the quote to cash,
Mhm.
everything is remains same. But what
Mhm.
changes is, let me pick you an example. Okay,
Mhm.
when we are talking about, say, the grants. Okay,
Mhm.
in public industry, what happens when we talk about the grants? The grants are approved
Mhm.
by the higher
Right.
authorities, right? But
Mhm.
whereas when we are shifting to the another industry, say
Mhm.
an example of, say, a manufacturing industry,
Right.
here they talk about the grants and the budget. Now
Right.
here it entirely depends on the decision what the higher
Right.
authorities,
Whether it's
the
approved or
organization,
not.
that is correct. Okay, so here, yeah, we support multiple industries nowadays, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, same thing goes with the I think programming. If we like we are doing the development in portals, we are doing the developments around like many of the I think in a system. So
Mhm.
there are a lot of protocols involved. There is many operating system. There is Java
Mhm.
development going on around,
Mhm.
and again there is a again difference between the manufacturing has its own way of doing
Mhm.
it. Some industry vertical might have its own way.
Mhm.
So it depends
Mhm.
how basically sorry.
Yeah, so you mean like in olden days, earlier days there were just like two or three kinds of browsers. Like,
Correct, yeah, the
yeah.
same way. I think we need to look into the
Mm.
different browser. Now it is Google, Firefox, and
Mm.
along with the browser I think there is a lot of devices, handheld devices coming.
Right.
So we have to like look into that also, and
Mhm.
what exactly
Mhm.
going around that.
Right.
So that
And
also we need to support
And
on
that
that.
is what, yeah, one of the major requirements
Mhm.
nowadays, because what I'm doing, like, I support most of the functional
Mhm.
functionalities of the business. What I do, the higher authorities think about saving the time. They
Mhm.
think about less efforts. That is where
Mhm.
the technology is coming into picture. Okay,
Right.
earlier what we used to do, there,
Mhm.
I mean, like, there were bunch of people sitting on the system
Mhm.
continuously, okay, around the
Yeah.
clock, and they used to operate. Now the ease is, because
Mhm.
the technology is advancing,
Mhm.
the people are managing the business from their handheld devices, be it
Right.
an
Right.
Android or the iOS.
Mhm.
Okay, they
Mhm.
see
Mhm.
like what is to be approved, what
Mhm.
invoice came when, who
Right.
approved that,
Mhm.
what is,
Mhm. Mhm.
the other things that are
Mhm.
supposed to be approved. So
Okay.
now the business, we are doing the business so simple that it is not really necessary that someone has to sit in front of the
Mhm.
system. He can operate or
Mhm.
he can manage the business from
Mhm.
any part of the
Okay.
globe,
Yeah,
right?
so I mean, like earlier, as I said, like there were very few browsers and few
Yeah.
systems. But nowadays, since there are plethora of systems and stuff like that, so you might also need to do a lot of customizing, right? For
Correct,
that.
as you rightly mentioned, I think again the social media is the
Hmm.
most of the
Yeah.
things is coming up with the
Right.
various
For
kind of things.
example, now there doesn't even exist a social media industry, but
Correct.
in future you might never know. There might be another complete sector which is just dealing with social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah, not only the software side,
Yeah.
even the hardware is like drone is
Mhm.
coming up, and again the like SAP is coming up with the new technology with the Fury. I think we have to handle that
Mhm.
part also in that. So I think mostly I think it will be supported on the
Mhm.
devices. So so I think then the question
Oh,
might
okay.
comes how we are different
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
this.
Right. How are we different exactly? That's what.
So I think main I think am I right? I think POC is the concept which
That is
we
what,
follow. I
yeah,
think on
yeah. POC is a kind of concept that we do. What we do here is we just take the sample requirements from
Mhm.
the customer or an organization who is trying to
Mhm.
have the system implemented.
Mhm.
Okay, we design that system. we
Mhm.
build that system, okay, we demonstrate that in front of the customer,
Mhm.
okay, and then we ask them, we take their feedback.
Mhm.
Do you really like this? Is this syncing with your business scenario?
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so in that way we make the customer
Mhm.
to think and to make the quick decisions or to
Mhm.
make the decisions, okay,
Yeah.
whether to go for this or no,
Mhm.
okay. And till here,
Mhm.
till taking the requirement, building the system, demonstration, okay, we were not at all talking
Mhm.
about the budget, not about
Budget.
talking
Mhm.
about his budget, not about we are nowhere charging him,
Mhm.
okay. After demonstration, if he really likes that, if he feels
Mhm.
that, oh yes, this is my business and this is how we are getting into the system,
Mhm.
okay. And even we during the demonstration we'll also show the benefits, how that will evade the efforts,
Right.
okay, evade the transactions, or
Mhm.
how the business
Mhm.
can be done in the limited time, in the
Okay.
less time,
Mhm.
okay. Then after that, if he likes that, if he is okay to purchase that, okay, then we are selling him.
Mhm.
And here the major part what we are talking about is the opex, because the customer feels like he is not at all investing his capital budget,
Right.
okay. He's just investing about his
Mhm.
operational
Mhm.
expenditure, okay. So
Mhm.
that is out, it is just about the opex that we
Okay.
talk about here.
Mhm.
That is how
Okay.
we make the customer
Mhm.
feel easy in understanding and executing his business, okay, in the most
Yeah.
simplest way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's basically a replica of actual situation, so they will
Right.
feel what is exactly going on with
Okay.
their business.
So
And as he mentioned, ki, it is
Mhm.
like if you like it, then only buy it, and
Yeah.
there is no obligation and no
Okay.
questions being asked. And
So
That's correct.
to put the long story short, we take the customer requirements, then build a sample what would be the system,
Correct.
and then present it. And if some changes are need to be made, we do that, and then we
correct,
sell that
correct.
system.
And there is,
Yeah.
as I said, there is no obligation. If you like it, then only you go for
Right.
it.
So that's pretty good idea.
Yes.
actually.
Yeah, that's what
Mhm.
how it is done, right?
Oh yeah, that's really awesome.